And we are back at the top of another Savage stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you like crypto mining content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and all that cool stuff. Helps the channel out a little bit. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to mine Zcoin using AMD GPUs and HiveOS, and let's get into it. So last night we kind of left off with a lot of troubleshooting. I was just doing some stupid stuff. Basically, I wasn't copying the correct file to the USB drive, and I don't know, I just got all out of whack there. But tonight we are going to try to do the same thing, same steps with AMD GPUs. And you know, Zcoin is MTP protocol or algorithm, so it is probably not going to be that efficient. I don't think it's very efficient on AMD. So we're going to take a look at it and see what we can come up with. But let's take a look at what to mine today and see what is going on over here for profitability on this particular rig. So if we go to, actually this is Scarif. It only has 2 GPUs in it right now. It's kind of like a test rig for me. 1570, 1580. And probably not going to see Zcoin very high here on the profitability. Way down here, yeah, like negative 10 cents, but that's at my power, which is 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour, and it is what it is. But we're going to do it anyway because some people might have better electricity cost, so they are able to still be profitable even with an AMD GPU. So we're going to take a look at this. If you want to see what I am doing so far, I did leave the rig, the NVIDIA rig that we configured last night. I left it running all day and mining MTP or mining Zcoin all day. So this is basically where we're at right now. We don't have a payout yet because if you go to, let's see here, earnings, I think I could get one because I think the minimum is like 0.002 or something like that. So I just need to configure stuff because I do have a balance here. It's 0.37 Zcoin, and it looks like I've earned 14 that or 0.14 that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I just need to do the settings and get a configuration for payout, most likely. And I'll play around with that and make sure that that is true, and then we'll go from there. But tonight we are going to look back at HiveOS and AMD GPUs, and if you, this kind of assumes that you already have a HiveOS account and you can already, you know, get up into the dashboard, and you might already have a rig up and running on HiveOS. But in this case, you know, we're going to start at the very beginning. So if you would go ahead and get an account, or if you went ahead and got an account and get verified, I think all you need is an email address. And then you can log on to HiveOS and get to this part right here where you're at the farms. And I think it says default farm or something like that here initially until you name it. But we are going to, before you get that far, you have to install the operating system or get it burned to a USB drive so that you can boot the rig off of it. And that's what we're going to do. So if we click on install here, we're going to be using it on a GPU rig. So we're going to click the zip here, and then I already have it downloaded. So you can see right here, verify the numbers. Actually, you know what? It looks like it's updated. It is. Okay, so we actually have a newer version here than what we downloaded last night. So there is a newer version out. So we're going to go ahead and download that. And that will take a little bit because it is 1.5 gig. So while we're waiting on that, I'll go over here and check the chat, see what you guys are up to. What is up? Crypto Mining Lifer, Chris from New Mexico, Jonas P, Ronus 420, what's going on? Nemesis, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it. We're going to get through it tonight, hopefully a little bit smoother than last night. I don't know what I was thinking last night. It was kind of weird. Weird situation. I think what I was doing was I just kept, instead of copying the rig.conf file to the USB drive that I was going to eventually boot to, I think all I was doing was copying it to the download folder. So it could have been the Fireball maybe, I don't know, but it was yeah, it was not my best showing. But you know, it is what it is, because I mean, hey, what's up, Unknown Crypto? Because you get to troubleshoot real time, right? I mean, and you guys were helping me. You were like, hey, you know, maybe delete the rig, start it over, you know, start again, start from the beginning or whatever. I knew that I had done all that part correctly, so it was really weird what was happening, but I think, you know, in the end we figured it out, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but it just took a little bit of time. All right, so it is downloaded. Let's go ahead and show in folder here. So we've got the new version here. You can see the old version here. So this is brand new, as it looks like they've done some compression here or removed some unnecessary stuff, because it's actually smaller file size, 1.5 gig instead of 1.8 gig, so that's good. All right, so we're gonna burn that to the USB drive, and if you go over here to HiveOS, it's got the instructions down here. You just scroll down, it tells you what to do. So we're kind of going to be following those steps, kinda. We're probably going to be going a little bit off of the script though, a little bit. But we're going to go to Balena Etcher. That's the utility that they mentioned at first, in the very first part of the instructions up here where it says Etcher. So you download that and install it, and it looks like this. And then you're going to click Select Image. Choose the new image here. Okay, the target is going to be my USB drive. I've got a little 32 gig Samsung, really small USB drive, and that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm going to plug that up. And it is a 3.1, so it's should be pretty fast. Should not take that long. All right, so that's in there. You can see it's already got, actually it's got nice HashOS on it. I do a lot of like testing and just goofing around, and of course for the live streams I do a lot of, I have like, I don't know, a dozen or more USB drives that have whatever on it. It's just whatever. I just picked up that drive, so I had no idea what was on it. It was just in my storage. So we've got the drive here, and that's correct one. I always go to the tools, and just to show you that if you turn off eject on success, that'll help you out, because you won't have to uninsert and reinsert the USB drive to write to it after it gets done burning. And then I always turn off the validate on success as well. And then we're going to click flash. It's going to come up with a little warning, and then yes. All right, so here we go. So now it is burning, I think. Cancel that. Yeah, there we go. And it's going to come up and ask to format the drive like 100 times, not 100, but a few times. And you always want to choose cancel, right? You don't want to, it's only doing that because Windows doesn't recognize the file system. And because it doesn't recognize it, it thinks it needs to be formatted. But you know that you burned a Linux image to it, HiveOS, and so you always choose cancel, because if you do format the drive again, you're just overwriting what you did, so you don't want to do that. All right, so over here in our farms or HiveOS, we are going to add a worker for this, and it is a GPU, not an ASIC. And this one is going to be called, what did I name the other one? Scarif. So it's the Scarif rig and savagemine. Sounds good. Do miner as the password. GPU, we'll just give it some random tag. All right, now I'm going to pull this over here, because whenever you click add there, it shows like the farm hash and stuff, and that's not good for me to just throw that out there like that. So it's going to look like, I'm going to show you part of it here. It'll look like this, and then at the very bottom, you're going to have an option to download the rig config for this worker, and that's what I'm going to click, and it's going to look like this. And I'm just going to overwrite the one that's in download, because I don't really need it, the old one. So I'm going to click save there, overwrite it. So now it's only in the download folder. I got to remember that, because last night that's where I got tripped up. I was thinking I was writing that to the USB, and I wasn't. So yeah, it looks like this. And at the very bottom, I wish there was a way for me to show this to you. Let me see here. There we we go. So at the very bottom, whenever you click on that, add worker, and then you give it the name and all that, at the very bottom you're going to see this, and you're going to click that and download the rig.conf file. And once you do that, then you're going to be it basically is a shortcut to getting things up and running, because all you have to do is copy that rig.conf file, should have overwritten it. Let's double check here. Okay, there we go. So you have to copy this to your USB drive that you just burned. Now the first time, because I haven't uninserted it and reinserted it, the first time you click on it, it's probably going to error out. Yeah, like that. Click cancel. Should already be good. Let me get out of here. Try this again. I don't know, I got too many windows open probably here. Okay. Oh, it's still burning. My bad. Okay, I thought it was done. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Okay, so I do have that copy though to the clipboard, so I'm going to copy that. And then if you go and see what it looks like in HiveOS now, you've got an extra rig added here, this one right here. And if I were to click on that, you're going to get to that same screen where it's got the farm hash and all that stuff on there. So I'm not going to click this until we get this rig up and running, and then whenever you click on it, it'll actually have the GPUs listed and have your overclock settings and all that cool stuff like it's normally supposed to, like this right here, instead of the private stuff, right? So once this is done, I thought it would be a little bit faster than that. Yeah, this alt season is going okay so far. I don't know if I'd call it alt season or not, but it is looking pretty decent. I have a position in Link, so I'm doing pretty well on that. I say a position, I'm holding some Link. What else we got? We got CCX doing okay today. Aeon's doing okay today. Haven's come down quite a bit. They were up around 250 or 270 or something. And Raven's down a little bit today, but they're still above 2 cents, which is good for them. All right, so we are now at a complete flash, right? So we're gonna get out of there. I do have the CONF file copied. I'll copy it again just in case. And then we're going to click on USB drive. It's going to say, hey, it's all jacked up. You always want to click cancel, just get out of all these windows until you can see it in here and it says Hive, right? So once it says Hive and you know you're on the right drive, it's the one that's going to have this rig config example. You're just going to right click, paste, and that puts the rig.conf file, which has the configuration for your rig. So that the information inside of this file is for this actual rig right here, okay? Because remember, we created the rig, we added the worker, and then we downloaded the rig.conf file. So once we do that, then that rig.conf file is for this particular rig right here. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. Let's go ahead and eject this drive. So I'm going to right click, eject. And then I'm going to remove it from the computer, plug it into the extension, USB extension for the rig down there. This rig is off, because if I don't turn this rig off first and I try to turn this one on, probably run into a problem with the breaker. I'm working on another situation for that. So now we're going to turn the rig on and get it to focus here. Focus. There we go. All right, so it shouldn't take too long, and then it should show up. I did copy it to the USB drive this time. I didn't forget to do it that way. I don't have a monitor plugged into that particular rig, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to show up pretty easily here. Chancoin, I do see that message. I haven't messed with HiveOS yet. I haven't at all. You know, I went pretty hard on Hashrate OS. I know that they're similar. They look a lot alike. I think that HiveOS actually has a little bit more features as far as overclock settings, saving, and things like that. I haven't had the desire to get in there and mess around. All right, so it does say, it looks like it's online because it says missed flight sheet because there's not a flight sheet assigned to it, okay? But before we get going here, it does look like it's talking, right? It says right here, no miner set. So it at least is visible by HiveOS. So what we want to do first off is come in here and set some parameters for the fans. Although most of the AMD miners, they actually manage the fans. The miner actually manages the fans. So I guess, I don't know. I think I had this on even for this rig before, but we'll try it without it and see. We'll see what happens here. All right, so we're back to our spreadsheet here, and we documented all this stuff from last night. So we're just going to feed off of this. We need to grab our address because we need to create actually all this stuff is already done. I didn't delete it out of HiveOS from last night. So we're already going to have a wallet and for Zcoin, see right here, and we'll have a flight sheet also, but we'll go ahead and create a new one just for the heck of it. So just to show you how it works, so we're going to go with XZC as the coin. The wallet address is that, and I'm using the Zelcore wallet, the receiving address for Zelcore, and I just added XZC and then clicked receive, and this was the address that I used. The Zelcore wallet's really slick, love it. So because they support Zcoin, I was like, I'll just use Zelcore to do this video and to actually mine too. So it's super convenient. And that Zelcore wallet, you know, is accessible. The same crypto is accessible on both mobile and desktop and any other platform. You know, as long as you register that account on that device, you can access the same crypto. So it works out really well. All right, so the name, we'll give it XZC SavageMine AMD, just to separate it out. And I mean, technically we would be using the same wallet, but I want to show you how to create a wallet just for the heck of it here. So now we have a new wallet down here. It's the same address as you can see, but that's okay. So we're going to create a new flight sheet. And for the flight sheet, we need to determine, I'm going to use the same pool that we used last night, which is Mint Pond, because we need to spread the hash rate out a little bit, because I think 2 miners still has the most. So for wallet, we're going to choose the wallet we just created, the pool. We'll go to Mint Pond, select that one. That's their stratum. I believe that this is like the failover one, that if you're closer to Europe, it would go to that one, and if you're in the US, it would go to the other one. I think that's the way that works. And then for the miner, it wants us to use CC Miner because we found this out last night. This is the DJM34 fork of CC Miner, which is the Zcoin official. And for some reason, it puts, by default, it puts devices 0 down here. Probably because because this rig hasn't talked to HiveOS yet, and it's a brand new worker, so it probably doesn't know what GPUs it has. So if you do it the exact steps that we just did, you're probably going to end up in the same situation. So you want to remove that. We discovered that last night. And then apply changes. We'll give it a name of XZC, YouTube. Let's go AMD. And then Mint Pond, just so I know what pool and everything it's on, and then create the flight sheet. All right, so now we have the flight sheet here. So we're going to come up here to workers, choose the check mark next to Scarif, the rig that we just added. Choose the rocket. I like this because there's no upgrade needed because it's already upgraded. Of course, it's a brand new image, it looks like. And then we're going to go over here and click more coins or whatever that said, and then XZC. And then we're going to choose the one that specifies AMD just to separate it out a little bit, and then apply. So now the rig should reboot and start actually mining using this particular miner and that flight sheet. So hopefully that will be good to go. And then we'll start seeing some hash rate here. Not hash rate, well, but I mean it is hash rate, but you know what I mean. MTP is a little bit weird, but let's see what happens here. Looks like it's trying to work. I do notice that the GPUs are not, the fans aren't spinning, so I'm going to reboot the rig. Sometimes that happens with this particular rig. Now it looks like they're spinning and everything's good. So we'll see what happened. Crypt death, I don't think so. I mean, we can look. I don't know what kind of hash rate I'm going to get, so I want to check and see. But I mean, we can go over to like what to mine and just check it out. You know, it was way down here whenever I looked at it earlier, all the way down here. You know, negative 10 cents. So it's, I would say with, you know, with RX 570s and 580s, definitely not profitable. Not with my electric cost of 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour. Let's check and see if like a Vega 56 would be any different here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Well, actually it's 0, so I guess that means that maybe it won't mine it. I don't know. Maybe maybe Vegas won't work with MTP. That's probably what that means. So let's see, a 5700. Okay, it's not at the bottom. All right, so with a 5700, it's actually profitable. So 5700 actually does pretty good for MTP, for Zcoin. That's kind of surprising actually. Let's check out a 5700 XT. Kind of the same deal there. And again, this is with my electric cost. My electric cost is like national average kind of stuff, 10.3. I'm always on the verge of unprofitability. Things have to be doing pretty well for me to be profitable. All right, so let's look at a Radeon 7 here. Yeah, probably not going to work, I guess. I suppose that's what that means, like whenever it says 0. Hey, what's up, Sarth? So let's check this out and see where we are at here. Looks like nowhere so far. It does see the GPU, so that's good. We come in here. Nothing's happening yet. Now let's go ahead and see. We'll do a remote access here. Try to see what the rig is actually saying at the console. Yeah, it either means that it won't mine it, or it just hasn't. There's no calculations for it. But I'm pretty sure for all of the NVIDIA stuff, it'll work. All right, so it's asking. All right, so remember, this is a brand new. Oh, that's dumb. Okay, so all right, so I did a goofy. I chose CC Miner, and we're using AMD. All right, so I did a silly thing here. Let's go ahead and go back to the flight sheet. We have to choose a different miner, guys, because we're using different GPUs. So let's go edit, setup miner. Remember with MTP, you basically have, what do you have? For AMD, you got SG miner, Team Red miner, or Wild Rig Multi, most likely. So we're gonna go with SG miner. Let's go back over here. We have to choose show all, SG miner. We're gonna have to input our own stuff, right? Because it's not going to fill out very much for us, but it looks like we might be able to get away with a little bit here. You just go like this. The pool URL, we're gonna go back to our spreadsheet, but let's go ahead and go to mining pool stats.stream just to double check here and see what we see whenever we look up Zcoin and what miners are out there or what pools are out there. So it's still 81.5%, huge amount of hash power on 2 miners. So that's why I went to Mint Pond. So I'm going to click on Mint Pond here, which I already had it open. That's okay. We're going to click on Get Started down here. Pull this right here. And then we'll go 3,000. I think that's what it told us last night by default. So we'll throw that in there too. So we're going to paste that in there and then go 3,000. Password X. I think that should be good. Update all workers. All right. I think we're going to be okay after this. We'll actually probably be able to mine after that. That was kind of goofy. Yeah, Nemesis, that was a good interview. I actually watched that whole Oh Got a Girl interview while I was cooking out some hamburgers and hot dogs. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good job. Nice interview. Surprised she put up with you for 2 hours. Alright, let's see if anything's happening here. So far it doesn't look like it. But I'm always like super impatient. I gotta remember that Hive it takes a few minutes to fire up and everything, so. See if we can figure out what is going on. Okay, so it says here, algorithm MTP not found. All right, so something is not right. We have another problem. Wow, we've had nothing but problems this whole week. Both nights. All right, so let's see. All right, that was, I guess we would have to go right back to the flight sheet and see. I don't see another like algorithm that would make sense. I mean, it's selected MTP for us. Probably wouldn't be MTP Vega or NVIDIA, of course. TCR, not sure, but imagine it would be just MTP. Now what we could do is maybe try a different miner. We could try maybe what was the other one? Team Red Miner and Wild Rig Multi. Let's try Team Red. So this only has MTP. Alright, so we'll try this. Probably not necessary there. Alright, we'll try this. I don't know. Let me know over there in the chat if I'm missing something here. It looks like I think it should work. Hey, what's up, Serpent? Yeah, I'm gonna be done in like 1 minute here, hopefully. All right, Serpent, take care, man. This is interesting. Probably got some config in there that's not right. All right, now this looks right. All right, so it looks like it's up and running. All right, again, I'm impatient, you know, whenever I got people waiting on me. All right, so there we go. And this thing is firing up. I can hear it. It's super loud. I would imagine that maybe, let's go and check some temps here. Yeah, see, there's no overclock setting, so it's basically stock, right? So what we could do is we could go and look at some overclock settings. There might not be any for RX 580s, RX 570s for MTP, but we'll see. Yeah, see, there's not too many people mining MTP with AMD, so it's just not going to be a lot of info out there on it. I mean, you could always go with, yeah, see, RX 570s and 580s don't show up. But I would imagine that because of what we saw with the 5700 and the 5700 XT, we might actually see some settings for those. Not for the 5700. Let's see the XT here. No, still nothing. Okay, so that did not work out. All right, so what you could do is put some overclock settings in here from like what to mine. Okay, so if you go to what to mine, you can see over here, if you go to the rig, and this is the rig right here, you don't have to do that, but then you just put your mouse over the GPU. You can see down here where it's got some basic, it's got the overclock settings that they use for their calculations. So 1100, 2000, 0.1 undervolt, and the BIOS mod. And neither one of these are BIOS modded. These are stock right now. What was it? 1100, 2000 for the 570. Let's see if we can go with a template here. MTP. So we're going to add Zcoin, MTP. See, there's not even any actually here. Popular presets. Let's see here. See if we can get some data here for setting this up. See, nothing in there for those two GPUs. So there's not, again, you know, this is not something that you would normally do with a AMD. So what did we say? We said 1100. This thing sounds like it's running kind of hot here. I gotta hurry up. 1100, 2000.1. Zero, go, 0. What am I doing? That's NVIDIA. Wait, we gotta switch over to AMD. My bad. 1100. And then I think what I've been using on here was like 2 or 3. Go 900. 900, 2000, I don't think I mess with a mem state, voltage, all right, we'll try it like that, just see what happens here. Just get some settings on it, right? And then we need to also do, let's go back in here. If we go to, let's see here. It was 1150, I think, for the, and 2150 for the 580. All right, let's try this. Ah! All right, so I probably have to go. Did I do that right? All right, there we go. So we got some settings in there, so that's at least a little bit better than what it was. I mean, we're definitely up and running and mining, so that's a good thing. Not going to be very efficient though, or profitable or anything like that. Come over here and do a refresh. We're probably going to see the new info. Yep, there it is right there. So that's the new rig showing up. Shows you the miner. I wonder why SG miner didn't work. That's interesting. Might have to play around with that a little bit. All right, well, we are all up and running. That's going to do it for me. That's 10:09. That's 39 minutes. Still pretty long. I gotta get these streams down to shorter times. But I mean, whenever you're going literally from not having an OS running to having an OS running and configured and up and mining on something, 40 minutes, 39 minutes ain't that bad if you think about it. So I walked you through the whole thing from beginning to end. So hopefully that you find some value in that. Especially if you like haven't been watching the videos in a while or at all, and you're kind of new here. If you're new here, hopefully this helps you a little bit. So, all right, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll be doing more Zcoin. Tomorrow it'll probably be on simple mining. So we'll switch over to a different OS and go through the whole thing again, you know, burning the image, configuring, overclocking, all that. Actually, maybe not overclocking. We'll see how fast it goes. If it takes a while, then if we run into problems, then we might have to, you know, push the overclocks to the next night. But I mean, tonight we did it, so I don't know, maybe we can work it in there. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff on the way out. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.